I think just the basic communication, working hard in practice, really pushing each other, and really getting like those bad habits out of the way, and just be playing smooth at the end of the year.
Official practice has only been a week and a half now, but what have you seen in practice that excites you about this Bellmont team?
I think the team chemistry. I feel like, especially only losing one senior last year, I think that really helps with like everyone just gets along so well, and I think that'll really carry on into our playing.
For you guys, what's been the focus in practice so far? What has Coach really been harping on to get you guys ready for a new year?
Really, like I said earlier, like bad habits, I think he's just really focusing on making sure we can get those out of the way right away, so then at the end of the year we can just have those perfected and just be able to have a smoother, easier play at the end.
As far as the NEA, the basketball conference, what do you guys need to do to find yourself at the top by the end of the season?
Really just basic stuff like I said earlier, just like basic fundamentals and just communication and just focusing on our like weaknesses and really pinpointing them.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to about this season?
I mean, as a senior, I think it'll be really fun just to like be able to be a leader this year, and I think it'll be nice to like work those new skills.
Most of our team is like returning, besides we lost Kenzie last year, but we really stepped up last year due to her injury, so this year we have like starting lineup again, and like our defense is really good this year again too, which is key to our success.
Coming off a sectional championship, I mean, you kind of have a little bit of target on your back. So
yes.
How do you handle those expectations, and what do you need to do to put another trophy in the trophy case this year?
I think just basic stuff like fundamentals, like practice, like putting in the work in practice and really using that in the game.
In practice so far, what has been the focus? What is Coach really harping on to get you ready for the games? Because the season, I mean, it starts technically next Tuesday. So what has Coach really been harping on in practice?
I think communication is key. I mean, like I said, our defense is key to our success. So communication really helps make that easier and helps us win games.
When you take a look at the NEA, I mean, Huntington North is always pretty solid. Columbia City had a great team. Norwell is always really good. What do you need to do to be successful and find yourself towards the top of those conference standings when it's all said and done?
I think just push ourselves. Like, yeah, they might have a better record than us, but that doesn't mean anything. Like last year, we put up a fight against those good teams, and I think we can do it again this year.
What are you most looking forward to about this year?
I think that like we have this expectation, and like we can really live up to that. So I think just having this expectation and like really pushing ourselves.
Well, hopefully we can build on something. You know, last year we sort of flew under the radar. There wasn't a whole lot of people talking about us, which was perfectly fine. I have a feeling this year might start off a little bit differently. So it'll be interesting to see how we handle sort of that a little bit of pressure at the beginning of the year. But we essentially return everybody from that sectional team. Our lone senior tore her ACL 17 games in, so she didn't play any of that run. So we've got a lot of experience coming back. Hopefully we can build on that.
Was that Emma?
Kenzie Filling.
Oh, Kenzie, okay. When you take a look at this team as far as the experience you guys have returning, how do they lead this group? What's the key to the leadership? Because I think when you take a look at successful basketball teams, it kind of does come down to seniors and leaders.
Yeah, I think our leadership it's interesting because last year I think after a couple injuries I was probably more upset about it than the girls. They sort of are all even keel, which really helps with that leadership thing. You know, they know when to work, they know what to do. It's more of a leadership, the whole entire team by example, than someone sort of stepping up into that role. I mean, it starts with our senior point guard, Sydney Keene, where she just, if you watch any of our games, she's going to be on the floor, she's going to be rebounding, she's going to be deflecting basketballs, and sort of people feed it off of that.
When you look at the NEA, Norwell's always really good. Columbia City had a really good team last year. I think the North generally is pretty solid. Taylor Double's a player. You look at the bulk of the conference, there's some really good teams. What do you need to do to compete for a conference championship and see yourself atop the standings once the season's over?
Yeah, you know, our conference is going to be a dogfight pretty much night in and night out. We competed with Columbia City last year, lost by a handful of points. I think probably Columbia City is what most people are predicting, you know, the champion right now as a preseason type deal. And then a bunch of us that are sort of capable night in and night out. We have to play hard, we have to play physical. We have to handle the different teams' pressure. You know, Huntington North's defense, we need to learn how to score a little bit better off of that tough defense. The Norwell trap, we need to learn how to, you know, attack that a little bit. But I think it should be a fun conference season.
Final question for me, know, the season technically can begin with games next Tuesday night. So what are you focusing on in practice over this last week and a half to get this team ready for actual gameplay in the very near future?
You know, that's the nice thing about returning basically everybody. We've sort of come in a little bit ready. We've come in knowing the plays that we want to run. Right now, it's just, being clean on both ends. A little more communication. We're a little bit of a quiet team right now. I'd like to get a little bit louder and just cleaning up everything, making sure we're in the exact right spots. As far as offenses, we're not putting in anything new because the girls came in knowing what we needed to do.